Hey guys, Jesse here, and welcome back to my Star Wars Rebels reaction series. Yeah, today we're moving on to Season 1, Episode 13. We're getting really close to the end of the season, and I'm really excited. Last time we met the disgraced senator who's been leaving the anti-imperial propaganda speeches during the Empire News, and it turns out he was actually working for the Empire the whole time. He was a massive dickhead, and so apparently he has been going from planet to planet finding rebel cells and then basically ratting them out to the Empire, which kind of sucks because at this point the Ghost Crew doesn't have a lot of allies. I thought it would have been cool to have someone on their side that has more of a political gain, and I thought it was going to lead into the actual Rebel Alliance. But nope, he was just an asshat, so that sucks. But yeah, Ezra ended up getting a Force vision out of it. Yeah, you can never really trust a Force vision. They're never really what they seem. But it's cool that Ezra is kind of growing into his own powers to the point where he can now actually get Force visions. But yeah, it's sad that they didn't get a new ally out of the whole shebang, but what can you do? But yeah, we're getting actually really close to the actual Season 1 finale of this show. So I'm wondering if we're going to get some, bigger plot threads in the coming episodes. So I'm excited, so let's just jump into today's episode. That's not a good sign. Oh, everyone's here. Oh, I recognize him. Oh, what the fuck is Tarkin doing here?
Grand Moff Tarkin, I am honored by your visit to Lothal.
My visit is hardly an honor, Minister.
I admit I was surprised to learn you were coming.
And I too have been surprised by what's been happening on you. But instead of protecting those interests, you have allowed a cell of insurgents to flourish right under your nose. Am I correct? And Agent Callis, have you just stood idly by while this rabble have attacked our men, destroyed our property, and disrupted our trade?
I have exhausted every resource to capture them, sir. This group has proven quite elusive.
It's said their leader is
A Jedi.
Ah, yes, let us not forget the sudden appearance of a Jedi, as if leaping from the pages of ancient history.
Ancient history? It's been fucking 15 years.
Otherwise our problem might be solved. Minister, have you ever met a Jedi?
Holy shit, is the Inquisitor scared of Tarkin?
I actually...
Are we headed the wrong way? No one will lead him back to the ship. Follow me.
It seems like every single time an episode starts, they're always balls deep into trouble.
Stay on him. I'll cut him off.
That's probably not gonna happen, but sure. Dude, you're one man. You brave, dumb man. Oh.
Told you that would work.
You're finally getting the hang of this. There's hope for you yet.
Senator Travis, now that you've recommitted yourself to the Empire, will your followers do the same?
Most will, Alton. These were good people who simply wanted to make the Empire a better place, peacefully. But I'm afraid these insurgents have
Fuck that
twisted
guy.
their message into something violent and frightening. Of course, I can't abide that. So I'm personally offering a reward for their capture.
Carabast. Do it too. What?
If you have a bounty on your head, that kind of means you made it.
Our messages.
You have
Exactly.
caused the Empire enough trouble and been enough of a pain in the ass.
I don't
They're now paying for your capture.
We can't just... Commandant Cumberland Oresco and Taskmaster Miles Britt reporting. Gentlemen, sit. I understand you have experience dealing with these insurgents.
Oh, yes, sir.
And your efforts have been less than successful?
Well, I say.
Commodore, if your efforts had been successful, we would not be having this little chat. Now, when was the last activity reported?
Sir, we responded personally to an attack last night in one of the outlying towns.
And the details of this attack?
Nothing of note.
Ah, but you see, Commandant, there is something of note in that report. No casualties. Your rebel cell is more principled than others.
Others, sir? Oh, you mean there are other cells?
Cells, factions, tribes, call them what you will. They lack the one thing that would make them a credible threat to the Empire. Unity. While your cell seems
Not for long.
violence, it does present a specific threat. The Jedi. I am concerned with what he represents. Or perhaps I should say, I am concerned by what you allow him to represent, by failing to stop him. Who? There are whispers of this alleged Jedi in the streets. In time, such whispers might spark belief in something other than the strength and security of the Empire. And that, gentlemen, is something I cannot have. Make no mistake. From now on, failure will have consequences. Agent Callus, you will dispatch the droids to every known location.
Man, I kind of saw that coming whenever the Inquisitor moved behind them, but fuck, man.
And we will make examples of
It just means that that whole speech was targeted at Callus and, what's her bucket? Fuck, man.
I don't like the look of that thing.
I never saw Imperial probe droids as, like, dangerous.
This, but where are the bikes?
Next to the road.
Right where that thing will see them.
Look at. See, they're not that difficult. If a Lothcat can take it out, you can.
I could have blasted it and gotten that result.
Yeah, but then the Empire would suspect something was up.
Good thinking. Padawan.
Okay, it's touching when you two bond, but I'm betting everyone has friends, so let's move it.
Yeah, Ezra's actually come a long way in his, like, Jedi abilities. Just over the season. Shit.
Inquisitor, I am giving you the opportunity to redeem yourself. Do not disappoint me. And remember, I want this Jedi alive.
Your faith will be rewarded.
Man. Everyone's afraid of Tarkin.
If it works, we should be able to use this to transmit directly through the tower.
And I think that's so interesting, because Tarkin has no actual
Get him into the tower and
physical power. Like, the Inquisitor, if he really wanted to, could just beat the shit out of Tarkin.
Right. You have the easy job.
But everyone's afraid of him. He has so much political power. And is
Everyone will hear what we say.
so intimidating.
My parents spoke out, and I lost them. And I don't want to lose you guys, okay? Not over this.
Hey, all of us have lost things. And we will take more losses before this is over. But we can't let that stop us from taking risks. We have to move forward. When the time comes, we have to be ready to sacrifice for something bigger.
That sounds good, but it's not so easy.
It's
No,
not
it's
easy
not.
for me either. My master tried to show me, but I don't think I ever understood it until now. I'm trying to teach it to you. I guess you and I are learning these things together.
Yeah. Ezra sometimes reminds me of Anakin in his fear of letting go and with his attachments. He has that same fear of losing people that Anakin does. I love those explosions so much. They're like if you drop firecrackers into a pile of pixie sticks. It's great.
We got targets incoming. Let's move.
You said I'd get 3 minutes.
Well, now you get one, so hurry up.
Yeah, you and me both.
Get you another gun.
Yeah, I can get another gun.
Oh, I love Zeb.
Not this way. Back inside.
Are you crazy?
Take the lift. Harold will meet you at the top.
Wait, what about you?
I'll take the next one. Let's go.
Kaden. Don't be dumb, buddy.
Now this is a familiar situation.
Same situation, same ending. You lose.
I don't think so.
Oh, this got bad. Fuck. Hi, Inquisitor. Oh, Kanan, you self-sacrificing bastard.
What did you hope to gain by coming here? You're clever. Figure it out.
Oh, fuck no.
You've been practicing. Nice of you to notice. There's someone who wants to meet you. If you surrender now, you might let your friends live. Unexpected.
What are you doing?
Surprises.
What are you doing? Yep, this is... No, come on, don't do anything stupid, Ezra. You gotta get out of there.
We are rebels, fighting for the people, fighting for you. I'm not that old, but I remember a time when things were better on Lothal. Maybe not great, but never like this. It's only gonna get worse. Unless we stand up and fight back. It won't be easy. There'll be loss and sacrifice, but we can't back down just because we're afraid. That's when we need to stand the tallest. That's what my parents taught me. That's what my new family helped me remember. Stand up together. Because that's when we're strongest. As one.
You do not know what it takes to win a war, but I do.
Was it worth it?
At least they got it
Do you
out.
think anybody heard? I have a feeling they did. This isn't over. No, it isn't.
So that was season 1, episode 13, Call to Action. Fucking hell, the John Williams music got to me again. The show has to stop giving, like, rousing speeches with, like, John Williams music behind it because I'm just gonna tear up every single time. Well, guess we have to rescue Kanan now, though. Yeah, as soon as he said he was going to, you know, take the next lift, I'll come right after you, I'll hold him off. And I'm like, no, you're not gonna hold him off. You're gonna be a self-sacrificing idiot because all Jedi are. And he was. I was like, yeah, I'm right. So yeah, let's just kind of go through this episode. I really loved this episode. We got a lot in it. First big thing, Tarkin showed up. There's just something about Tarkin's presence that is instantly intimidating. I think it's the cheekbones, personally. But it's fun to see his effect on other people. Much more physically powerful characters, like the Inquisitor, who clearly are intimidated by him. Like, if the Inquisitor wanted to, he could easily kill Tarkin. Hell, I think Callus could kick Tarkin's ass. But he has such political power and is just conversationally just so commanding that I love to see how everyone around him is scared of him. But yeah, as soon as he showed up, everyone was nervous. Because, yeah, you don't send Tarkin if everything's going smoothly. You only have Tarkin show up if you fucked up badly. And I like the fact that Tarkin has been a constant throughout these animated shows. Because obviously he shows up in Clone Wars, he's in this. And recently we got the Bad Batch series trailer, and he seems to be at least playing a semi-prominent character in it. But yeah, that one scene where he's threatening what you first think are, like, the two goons, but then you realize that this is an example for them. He's making them the example to Callus, and I can't remember her name, I need to look that up, but that other lady, because I pretty much knew they were dead as soon as the Inquisitor just walked behind them. I also really like the plan of hijacking into an Imperial communications tower to actually broadcast Rebel news. Kind of taking what that governor said he was doing and actually doing it this time. Yeah, taking the bad from last episode, learning that he was actually working for the Empire and kind of formulating your plan around that. Also, we got like a clear indication that Ezra's power has definitely grown since the beginning of the season, because at the beginning of the season he had a really hard time even just connecting with that first Lothcat, and now he has the ability to influence their decisions. Yeah, it's a good benchmark for his current growth. It makes me wonder how long Ezra's been with these people, because it's really hard to tell time in this show. Legitimately, I feel like it could be a month, but also it could be almost a year, and both those measurements of time seem reasonable. Kanan also held his own a little bit better against the Inquisitor this time. I don't know if he could have taken him, but it seemed for the most part he was just stalling for time for Hera to get out. I also like the fact that the show is dealing with the attachment part of Jedi, or kind of discussing the problems with attachment when you're a Jedi. Yeah, I feel like it's something Ezra's been having a problem with, because he was on his own for so long, and now that he has his family, he's afraid to lose it. And I think that has to deal with a lot with the fact that he lost his parents when he was really young, so he's afraid to lose his new family that he just found. You can't really be attached, not when you're a Jedi and not when you're a rebel, because you're putting your life on the line every single day. And if you're afraid to die or to watch the people you care about die, who are, your brothers in arms, you're not going to want to do anything. And for a cause like this, you have to be willing to sacrifice some stuff, including your own life. And I feel like most of our characters are willing to lay their lives down for this cause. So, yeah, Ezra's going to have to learn to let people go, or else he's not going to be able to deal with any of this. Yeah, I feel like Ezra has a lot in common with Anakin in the same respect. Hopefully he doesn't go the way of Anakin, so it'll be interesting to see, though, how he deals with attachment. Also, I love the fact that he called them his new family during his little speech, and I totally believe it. It's only been 13 episodes of a show, and yeah, I totally believe in the fact that this is a family, and this show did such a good job so early on about making me care about these characters and loving their relationships together. I think that's been the strongest part of the show, has been its characters and their interpersonal relationships. The one problem I have with how much I care about these characters is the fact that I don't know what happens to any of them. Like, when you're watching, let's say, the Clone Wars, you know what happens to Obi-Wan, you know what happens to Anakin, so for the most part, you're not really worried about any of them. And that's why they introduced, like, Rex and Ahsoka, so you had these characters that you didn't know their fates of. But with this show, that's every character. Like, legitimately, the show could pull a Rogue One and have all the characters not make it. I wouldn't know. Do I think they're going to do that? No. Do I think that one or more characters could die in this show. Yeah. Dave Filoni has never been scared of killing off characters. It's good to know, now I know what the finale is going to be. We're going to have to save Kanan, because dumbass was a self-sacrificing idiot, got himself caught, and now we're going to have to spend the next 2 episodes getting him out of prison. Another thing I loved was during Tarkin's little intimidation speech, he was talking about the fact that the one good thing about these little rebel sects is the fact that they are uncoordinated and then they have no real leadership. And that's the one reason that they'll fail, because that's clearly setting up the fact that they end up creating the Rebel Alliance. So we've already seen Bail Organa. I wonder if we'll see Mon Mothma, because those were, if memory serves correctly, those were the 2 people who ended up, like, spearheading the creation of the Rebel Alliance. There might have been more people, but those are the 2 that I remember. And we've already seen Bail Organa in, like, the 3rd or 4th episode, if I remember correctly. So I wonder if Mon Mothma might make an appearance. I have a feeling if we end up seeing, like, the Rebel Alliance proper, we'll see Mon Mothma. And I don't know if that's going to be this season or in, like, a later season to come. It'll be interesting to see if we end up seeing a more coordinated rebellion. If the Ghost Crew is this much of a pain in the ass already, imagine what they could do with, like, funds and powerful people behind them. So yeah, that was my reaction to Season 1, Episode 13 of Star Wars Rebels, Call to Action. So if you liked this reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and keeps me motivated to actually making more of these, if I know that you like them. So thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.